So let me start out this video by saying I had no idea that this could happen. But as you can see from the tank behind me, something that would normally swim around this area of the tank is not there anymore. Of course, I'm talking about the angelfish. Now, as you can see from over here, if you've watched the previous videos, there was a cave here. It's not there anymore. There's a reason it's not there anymore. I had to destroy it. Now, the reason I had to destroy it was the Pleco managed to kill the angelfish using its cave. And I don't mean like the angelfish swam into the cave and the Pleco swam in after it and attached itself. No, the Pleco crushed the angelfish. Now, crushed isn't really the word I want to use, really. I want to say pinned. Pinned is more accurate, I suppose. See, the Pleco had dug at the foundation again of the cave that I built, and which set the rocks it was made out of, the ochre stone it was made out of, off balance. And my guess, the angelfish swam back there, behind the cave, or beside it, really. And the Pleco chased in after it, tapped that rock, and the rock just went. And it pinned the angelfish there. Completely pinned it there. And killed the angelfish. I don't know if it died immediately or not. All I know is it was completely pinned when I went to pull it out, when I noticed it. I was gonna make a video about how I just finished, moving the rope fish and all the other fish to the other tank when I noticed this. So I couldn't really make that video because in the process of shooting. Anyway, so I have to rebuild the cave now. This time I'm making sure the Pleco can't dig under it by putting something in to stop the rocks from moving. Probably another rock. Just to keep it so the Pleco can't dig. Because it's prone to. It's going to keep doing it until it either blows out the tank, which could have happened, worst case scenario, and I just can't have this happen again. So I'm going to be rebuilding the tank, or the cave area anyway. This area is fine. And hopefully they'll be better. There was another issue that happened. Now, let me show you before I talk about it. So when I was removing the coleochus, this Coreodoris went into death rolls. Of course, that's when it was in this tank. In this quarantine tank, waiting for that tank to finish being set up and then, waiting to be slowly introduced, basically. So, while I was removing the coleochus, I had to remove most of this stuff. And I started picking them out using the net, and eventually this catfish just got so stressed out it decided to do death rolls. So yeah, I took a bunch of other stuff out and left it to itself in the quarantine tank. But it's been pale and kind of, I wouldn't really say afraid of the light, but pretty close. I did leave it in this tank for 6 days before I did move it, of course. Just to see if its condition improved or got worse. And its condition improved. It's still improved. But the issue that I had to deal with was de-stressing it out. So I killed the automatic timer for this tank. And I basically just had everything else go into this tank with the exception of Cory. I left it by itself, the lights off, and it got better. For 3 days, it was perfectly fine. On the 4th day, I turned the lights on, and then I waited. And it did get stressed up, so it started hiding more under there in the shade. Now, I noticed when I moved it into this tank that its eyes were reflective, even in the light. Like even in the most weak of light, its eyes are reflective. Now the other Coreodoros, wherever it is hiding, there it is. The other Coreodoros I have doesn't have this issue. Its eyes don't reflect as much. So my guess is this one has a sensitivity to light. So I'm gonna have to move another cave in here so there's more than enough space for all of them. And yeah, hopefully that'll do. But other than that, the only thing that happened was most of these plants died. The ones that I had in this area right here. Now, it kind of was set up like a bamboo grove, and that was a mistake I made. I shouldn't have done that. Not only shouldn't I have done that, but I should have left the plants rooted, because the roots, when I planted the plants, had started rotting, which in turn kept rotting and killed the plants. So that's all I got left of them, right there. Just a clipping that I took off the top of one before it died. There was another one, but it's probably floating somewhere. Yeah. I think that might be. No, it's another plant. You get the idea though. This plant is doing fantastic though. Aside from the leaves. So, today I went to the store. And I didn't get any fish, because I think I'm done with fish for the time being. But I did get more plants. I just got more of that one. More of that one in the back there. And I figure I'm going to plant it all in the back here, maybe one up here. I got 3 of them, so we'll see. And if it's gonna grow long and flow out like this, it's gonna be perfect, because then everything can hide in it. Aside from that, I'm gonna be putting another coconut shell in there. Well, another half of the coconut shell. Just that way, all these fish are fine. And they have plenty of places to hide. The gobies have been doing fantastic, by the way. There's one right there on the back glass. Yeah, that's basically everything that's happened since the last video. So today I have 3 jobs. 1, do a water change. 2, rebuild the cave in a way that the Pleco can't mess with it. I figure I'll use this rock to do it. And 3, replant those plants, or not replant those plants, but plant the new plants and put this in the tank. Of course, I'm going to have to soak these plants in some brainwork water that's been treated with copper, fertilizer that has copper, just to get rid of any unwanted pests. I already have some in that tank anyway, but still. Yeah, so I'll finish this video tomorrow, but this section's getting put out today. That's its first video. Peace.